here to stay.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
It's time for the Crew to finally throw down against a division rival.
Bunting it up the first baseline. It's a good bunt. Racing home is done. He will score. Bryce Terrain gets the job done.
Our Brewers-Reds coverage starts tonight at 6 with Brewers warm-up on your home for the Brewers. News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
10 o'clock, we have 41 degrees, partly sunny skies. Look for increasing cloudiness later today and showers later on into the overnight hours. High today's 45 lakeside, 51 inland. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Connie Weber. Stocks are sharply down again to start the day on Wall Street. The Dow Jones Industrial Average has been down over 1,200 points. S&P 500 and the NASDAQ have been down well over 3% at times today. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, speaking with reporters at the NATO meeting in Brussels today, denied the economies of U.S. allies in Europe and the Indo-Pacific are crashing, saying the president's doing what's right for the U.S. by resetting global trade.
We can't continue to be a country that doesn't make things. We have to be able to make things to provide jobs for Americans.
Meanwhile, the nation's job-generating potential exceeded analysts' wild expectations last month, as we hear from ABC's Jim Ryan.
Total non-farm payroll employment rose by 228,000 in March, nearly 100,000 jobs over the consensus. Job gains came in healthcare, transportation, and warehousing. Considering sweeping DOGE layoffs, federal government employment declined. Despite the unexpected gains, the nation's unemployment rate last month was little changed at 4.2%.
Director of the National Security Agency and the deputy director out of a job, and 6 national security staffers also let go after conspiracy theorist Laura Loomer met with President Trump. Here's ABC's Martha Raddatz.
The National Security Agency is one of the most powerful intelligence agencies in the country, and the general in charge, one of the most experienced, but that far-right activist and conspiracy theorist Laura Loomer, saying she advocated for the firings.
Here in Wisconsin, a new Chief Justice for the Wisconsin Supreme Court.
Just days after Dane County Judge Susan Crawford won a seat on the court, soon-to-retired Justice Ann Walsh Bradley has been elected to serve as Chief Justice. She will serve the role from May 1st through June 30th, after which Justice Jill Karofsky will take over the role. The court votes to appoint a new Chief Justice every 2 years. Justice Annette Ziegler is the current chief. Her second 2-year term ends April 30th. Sean Brunda, WTMJ News.
Milwaukee's newest alderman has big plans for the future of energy in the city. Those plans include replacing We Energies with a municipal or co-op utility. Alderman-elect Alex Brower admits buy-in on the plan is limited, but tells WTMJ he's playing the long game.
When you look at the things that have changed history in this world, it's been because regular people and masses of them supported that idea. So in the short term, that's what's going to be the work, is just continuing to build that up.
Brower will be sworn in this evening after the Milwaukee Election Commission certifies the results of the Tuesday election. A new look for the Milwaukee Public Museum taking shape at its future home. Stonecast's business development manager Mike Wilhelm tells WTMJ about the challenges that come with the unique project.
Some of the other challenges were, the overwhelming size and shape of some of these. So you saw in the plant how you had the large radius, in essence, skateboard ramp, how in fact we were going to make that.
The museum's exterior panels are on track to be done in mid-June, with the museum set to open in 2027. Parts of the central U.S. underwater as a powerful storm system drops torrential rainfall throughout the region. Dangerous floods reported in Tennessee, Arkansas, Kentucky, and Illinois. The 2025 Atlantic hurricane season shaping up to be another busy one. Dr. Phil Klotzbach of Colorado State University explains why.
Right now, the Atlantic, while not as warm as last year at this time, is still running somewhat above normal. And a warmer Atlantic basically just provides more energy, more fuel for storms.
Klotzbach predicts 17 named storms, with 9 becoming hurricanes. Of those 9, he expects 4 to become major hurricanes with top sustained winds above 111 miles an hour. Time for news about your money in the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow is down 1,145 points at 39,400. The Nasdaq off 589, 15,961. S&P 500 down 177 at 5,219. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Sports, traffic, and weather up next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:05.
I'm here to help. This is your WTMJ Fix-It Show host, David Nason, with expert advice for our listeners. If you're dealing with leaks, stains, or cracks in your basement, it's time to call my trusted friends at Accurate Basement Repair. And you know what? You'll get a free expert evaluation on me. You just tell them David Nason, the Fix-It guy, told me to call. Don't let basement issues mess up your home. Trust Accurate Basement Repair to get the job done right. And again, that's Accurate Basement Repair, 414-744-6900 or AccurateBasementRepair.com.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. Join me every Saturday at 1 o'clock for something really cool. It highlights Wisconsin. The people, the places, the things to do. It's Experience Wisconsin. We'll check in with communities from all across the state, from way up north to down in the border with Illinois. This week, a couple of really cool places that we are going to focus on. It is Lake Geneva. We'll let you check out Lake Geneva. And also, iconic Ishnala. That's right, we hang out at Ishnala. It's Experience Wisconsin on WTMJ.
Jake suffered with carpal tunnel syndrome.
Tingling numbness in my hands and fingers, not sleeping well at night, tossing and turning, trying to manage with pain pills and stretching, and it just wasn't helping.
He didn't want the traditional invasive carpal tunnel surgery.
I had seen people with bandages and scars and clubs for hands. I just don't have time to be incapable of doing things for 6 to 8 to 10 weeks.
Then he learned about the Ovation Hand Institute and the Ovation Technique, an ultra minimally invasive procedure done in the office.
I wanted to get it looked at sooner than later. So I had the virtual consult. It was very thorough as far as like I was sitting in a doctor's office. I was booked for the procedure 2 weeks later, had my right hand done. Very quick procedure. It was really great. That very night when I went home, it was the first time in probably 3 months my hand did not wake me up.
Book an appointment with the Ovation Hand Institute and find out if you're a candidate for the Ovation Technique.
Probably the most surprising thing was how quickly I was able to do things again. I'm cooking dinner, I'm doing yard work and all that kind of stuff the next day.
Visit ovationhand.com. ovationhand.com.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Bucks blew out the 76ers 126-113 from Philadelphia. Milwaukee now 5th in the East. They visit the Heat tomorrow night. And the Brewers shut out the Reds 1-0 in their series opener at home. Milwaukee improves to 3-4, continues the 4-game set against the Reds tonight. Take a look at the roads now with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. I-43 south at Sunny Slope Road, right shoulder there blocked due to a broken down vehicle. I-74 west at the ramp from Jackson Street. There's also a disabled vehicle there. That could be closing some lanes in that area. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Increasing cloudiness today. Showers later on tonight, overnight into tomorrow morning. Highs today 45 to 51. Overnight low 38. Those showers early Saturday will taper off, then partly cloudy 51. Partly cloudy and 47 on Sunday. Scattered snow showers in the forecast for Monday with a high 38. Sunny, cool on Tuesday, high 41. Right now, Madison's at 43, 44 in Green Bay, 42 in Milwaukee. I'm Connie Weber. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:08.
We like to do things by the numbers. We're all about commerce and community. Welcome to the Upswing, presented by Oricon Bank, the natural choice for all your banking needs. Now for the host that's always on the upswing, Jeff Sherman.
Now, to business, gentlemen. Good morning, Wisconsin. Good morning, Milwaukee. Happy Friday. Hope your day is off and running well. You gotta feel spring and summer in the air in greater Milwaukee today, can't you? Maybe it's just the Brewers are winning. Suddenly, what, game and a half out of first place? That's good. That makes you feel good. Spring and summer are in the air. And also health and beauty. Like health and movement and beauty are in the air. They're all such big drivers business-wise in our economy. You know, you look at the future of business through the lens of health and wellness, And I think it's really set to be defined by a bunch of things: personalization, sustainability, the convergence of physical and emotional well-being. Do you stand up at your desk throughout the day? You should. You should try it. It's good for you. Movement really matters, especially in business, right? In the fabrics that are in our clothes matter. How we ride our bikes matter. So we're talking movement and fashion on today's show. These industries, it's not just about aesthetics and fitness anymore. They're evolving into these big ecosystems that are going to prioritize holistic health, inclusivity, and they're integrate technology too. So locally, looking ahead, there's a lot of really cool, innovative companies in this space. Bikes and activewear are intersecting in the economic space for consumers. We're going to take a ride with bikes. We're going to look into the beauty and wellness fashion space. Amelia Cagle, one of the co-owners and the director of retail experience at Wheel and Sprocket's going to join us. And then later in the show, Mike Drescher, a Milwaukee native, an entrepreneur, a social impact investor, and the founder of Vibrant Bra Company, Vibrant Body Company, is going to join us. Some really interesting innovations there in terms of that first layer that's going on the body. That's what it's about today. It's about fashion, it's about fitness, and it's about moving Milwaukee forward. But first, let's go. 2 Up.
Now it's time for the
2, count 'em,
2 Up on the Upswing.
I saw this yesterday on LinkedIn. Who's staying and who is searching? It's a pretty interesting time in the job market, I think. According to the latest findings of LinkedIn's Workforce Confidence Survey, Americans employed in these industries, retail, oil, gas, mining industries, are most likely to be considering roles in a different field, or at least recently pivoted into a new industry. Employees in transportation, technology, consumer services are also looking now more than average. Meanwhile, you look at the industries of healthcare, entertainment, and real estate. Those are places where people are kind of saying, all right, I'm staying put. But on average, just more than half of American workers are either considering changing industries or actively looking to make a change, or have already made a change in the last year. 55% compared to 45% who have just no interest in changing industries. How do these findings line up with what you're seeing? What are you doing to hone your most transferable skills? Keep it in mind for sure. Second up, can you hear me now? Can you price lock me now? Do you see this? Yesterday, Verizon told its subscribers that its My Plan and My Home bundles are automatically going to lock in with a price lock guarantee for 3 years. Verizon's been, for the last couple years, raising monthly rates and fees, but now they're saying, hey, it's really a time to start taking more market share to continue to differentiate. The price locks are automatic for all subscribers for My Plan and My Home. But here's the catch. You always got to see what the catch may be. Those extras in those plans were Netflix and HBO Max. The hook is those are not included in the price lock. So always read the fine print. Coming up next, Wheel and Sprocket. Local business started in 1973. Lots of innovation and a big event coming up next weekend. This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ.
Certa Pro Painters, transform my house. WTMJ's John Mercure here. It's absolutely beautiful. The pros came out to our house, sat down with my wife, Michelle, and me. Weren't sure what color we wanted. They were able to walk us through specific colors for our house and for our neighborhood. That's just how they roll. For your home or business, it's Certa Pro. Schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. Call right now and ask about their spring sales event going on now through May 15th. They are quite simply absolutely the best. Each Certa Pro Painter's business is independently owned and operated.
Tell us a little bit about innovative signs.
We're located out in Waukesha. Where we are really focused mostly is manufacturing outdoor electrical signs.
You came to Horicon Bank. How do you think other local businesses can benefit?
When I call, Michelle picks up the phone, and when I email, she responds in a timely manner. A few years ago, I talked to my accountant about shopping around looking for a different bank just to get some alternatives, and he said, absolutely not. You're not going to like working for a big bank. They have a lot more regulations. So that's how we got involved with Cornerstone Bank. When Horicon purchased Cornerstone, we came along for the ride, and it's been great.
I'm WTMJ's Sandy Max. What makes living at Three Pillars so special? Let's hear from my friend Lark.
I love the location, and that's the main reason Dave and I are there, is because of nature all around us. I knew when we moved in, I was leaving behind a lot of stress and responsibility. I decided now is the time to do what I want when I want to do it.
Schedule a tour today at threepillars.org.
As spring rolls in, it's time to get your yard ready at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Keep ahead of crabgrass with effective crabgrass preventers from quality brands like Scott's and Estate. These powerful pre-emergent solutions stifle crabgrass and other invasive weeds to keep your turf healthy and green from the get-go. But if any weeds slip through, Estate Premium 4-in-1 Lawn Treatment will choke them out on contact. Take pride in your lawn and find the value you need to maximize its potential. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle, bicycle, bicycle.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. Wheel and Sprocket started in 1973 as a small shop in beautiful Hales Corners, Wisconsin. Led and opened by passionate people that just believe bikes make life a little better. Lots of hard work. It's grown through the years, has 10 locations. As I said, just wonderful people who care about bikes and growing community. Amelia Cagle is co-owner and the director of retail experience at Wheel and Sprocket. Amelia runs the business with her brother Noel and her sister Tessa, correct? Wheel and Sprocket, as I said, really grown from kind of humble beginnings to be one of the best bike shops in the country. So, Amelia, I appreciate you taking time to be with us this morning.
Thank you for having me. This is fun.
All right. So let's just talk about some of the key decisions and innovations. It's a family business, a legacy business, but how do you really focus on innovation through the years, growing from one location to 10?
Yeah, the humble beginnings and hard work were a real thing. We started in Hales Corners, pretty blue collar. But actually, the original owner of Wheel and Sprocket was named Frank Tamel.
Okay.
And Frank is still alive today.
All
Frank
right.
wanted to have a car lot, but couldn't afford all the cars. So he
Okay.
settled for a bike lot,
Ah,
right?
all right.
And unbeknownst to him, he didn't know that bikes came in a box. And all of a sudden, he needed a great bike mechanic. And he was talking around, and all of a sudden, he met this curly-haired kid who was going to school and knew how to fix a lot of bikes because he had a paper route. And you could make more money those days if you had a bike, all right?
yes.
So my father came into the business in 1973 as well. He became a co-owner with Frank, and they really believed in continuous improvement, all right? And so they were always hungry. They were always ambitious. They were always willing to do new things. So Wheel and Sprocket started in 73, and then this little bike brand called Trek Bicycles started in
Wisconsin-based as well.
Yeah, 1976. So actually, Wheel and Sprocket and Trek really grew together throughout the years. And it was fun because they would bounce ideas back and forth. They would really give each other positive and critical feedback. But it's kind of a cool thing is these two small Wisconsin businesses kind of grew together to become definitely outperforming our market. All right. There's bike shops in California and Florida where you can sell bikes all year round. Here in the Midwest, we were selling so many bikes. Yeah. And really, it was kind of exciting. And people were like, what is going on here? And it really was that combination of passion and discipline to run a good business.
And the greater good of transit, too. I think often we think, ooh, it's public transit, it is cars, it is the pedestrian experience, it's bikes. But it really all works together. And I've really sensed as a business that yes, you're selling bikes, but you're focusing on getting people from A to B, however they do that.
Totally. Selling bikes isn't good enough, okay? So we need safe places for people to ride, and we need reasons for folks to be riding. So my dad identified that early in his career, and he would actually say a third of his time would be in retail, a third of his time would be in advocacy, and then a third of his time would be riding his bike.
Yeah.
Because, again, all these good ideas actually come from being outside and being on your bike.
I love that. That's a wonderful philosophy. So you have 10 locations today and a really strong online e-commerce presence, obviously. Talk about that breakout.
Totally.
In-store sales versus online. It would probably seem to many like, ooh, I'm not going to buy a bike online. I need to touch and feel it first. But what does that look like in terms of balance on the company side?
Yeah, we honestly don't care how you want to shop. We want to be, when you think bikes, we want you to think Wheel and Sprocket. So actually our e-commerce site is a fifth of our business. So it's one of our 10 business units, actually technically the 11th business unit.
Okay.
But it does about a fifth of the volume. And what's cool about that is we're able to do a lot of different clearance buys, sell all across the country, have a lot of the replacement parts. If you're an avid bike rider, you know the more you ride, the more you break your bike.
That's right. Yes, indeed.
But we always want to have that tie-in to the retail stores as well. It turns out the internet can't fix your bike for you, and it's not like an IKEA shelf. It really does require a little bit of skill to be able to do it.
Yeah.
We think that the pairing of the retail with the online really matches well. And there is something to your earlier point, coming in and seeing a bike and feeling it and then doing that test ride, you need to experience that once in your life.
Right.
I sincerely think, Jeff, most people don't ride bikes because they've never ridden a good bike.
Mm-hmm.
Think about
true, yeah.
your first bike, maybe it was
or
a
you're
hand-me-down.
overwhelmed with, wow, I need to get this tuned up. I don't know where to go. I'm not sure if it's going to be safe. There's all those things that go into it.
100%. They really think safety is the number one reason why people don't ride. Okay, and that's fair. But you guys look around these days. There's bike paths all over Milwaukee, all over the state, all of these rail to trails conversions. There's really amazing places to ride. And your local bike shop is full of local bike nerds who know where all of those trails are. And we get jazzed just being able to share that info with you.
Yes. And the beauty of biking, I always say, is kind of you're bringing together that physical activity, but also just creating this mental wellness space in your mind that, hey, I'm outside, I'm doing good, and I'm focused on getting me to where I need to go. But when we come back, Amelia, I want to know, I have the bike in my garage. It's not quite ready for spring. What are the 3 things that I need to do to tune it up to make sure it's good to go for this spring and summer? This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ.
You should be listening to Wisconsin's Midday News each weekday from 11 to 1.
Bucks President Peter Feigin joins us live here in the studio right now.
But if you missed us, catch up anytime with Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty by listening to the Wisconsin's Midday News podcast.
What you're seeing now is the reality of, playing a season together, kind of, getting to know each other.
Powered by Siding Unlimited, siding, and a whole lot more.
Don't forget, take us with you wherever you go. We'd love to have you with us.
Experience one of the greatest choral masterpieces of all time when the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra and Milwaukee Symphony Chorus present the Brahms Requiem at the Bradley Symphony Center, April 11th through the 13th. MSO artistic partner Deshaun Burton and Sonia Headlam will be the soloists in this work, which will be conducted by music director Ken David Mazur. The Brahms Requiem is not so much a lamentation for the dead as it is a tuneful, comforting, heartfelt celebration of life. Complete performances of the work only come around every so often, so don't miss this special opportunity to revel in its romantic glory, April 11th through the 13th only. For tickets, call the MSO box office at 414-291-7605 or visit mso.org.
Are you on track to achieve your retirement plans? Hi, I'm Jeff Kowal of Kowal Investment Group. We've recently joined Creative Planning, a national registered investment advisor. This move to Creative expands our ability to provide comprehensive wealth management, investment advisory, and retirement planning services. Now is the time to put your lifetime of hard work into action. For over 37 years, we've helped clients toward making their retirement dreams become a reality, and we'd like to help you too. And the best part, your plan will be completely tailored to you. Our in-house team of specialists will take the time to learn about you and your family, review your current situation, and find out what your goals are. Then we'll design a plan to help you get there. To get started, request your free meeting today with one of our fiduciary advisors by visiting creativeplanning.com. Whether you have met with us in the past or this will be your first meeting with us, we're excited to introduce Kowal Investment Group to you as Creative Planning. Visit creativeplanning.com today.
It's Debbie Lazaga, and I'm so excited because I've chosen Kohler Services to transform my old bathtub into a beautiful new Luxstone shower this month. Kohler Services makes it so easy. They came to my home, took measurements, and answered all of my questions. I was able to feel the crushed stone wall material and design my custom shower. I can't wait for my installation. You can request your free quote for a custom Kohler Luxstone shower by visiting KohlerServicesWI.com. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. We are joined by Amelia Cagle, the co-owner at Wheel and Sprocket, also the director of retail experience. So, Amelia, I'm talking before the break. I want to fine-tune my bike for the upcoming summer season. What are the 3 things that I need to do?
So I call it ABC quick check.
All
Okay.
right.
All right.
Makes it easy.
A for air. B for brakes.
Done.
C is for chain. So
okay.
the first thing is just if it's been sitting in the garage for all like winter, you just need to pump up those tires.
Okay.
If you don't have a good pump, please invest in one. They're $50. 80% of the flat tires that we get in our shop are because of underinflation. Like buy yourself a pump. We'll show you how to use it. And it is like, it makes riding so much easier every time.
Can you usually just look on the side of the tire and it tells you how to inflate it?
Totally.
The electronic ones are boom, done.
Yeah.
All right.
B is for brakes. So you just want to squeeze those brake calipers, make sure that the brakes are still engaged. Sometimes like people take the front wheel off to put the bike in the car.
Okay.
You just want to make sure that that's solid and re-engaged. The third thing is making that the chain actually has a little bit of oil on it, kind of like the Tin Man. If it's been sitting all winter, it doesn't work so well unless it has that.
Okay.
And I say all these things, but honestly, like if this is fumbling you at all, like come to the bike shop, all right?
Yeah.
Like the best thing you can do for your bike is an annual repair.
Okay.
All right. And it is just a way for us to really assess your bike, make it feel like new. And then you don't have to it takes all the guesswork out for you.
Yeah, you do tune-ups on everything, so you got to do the tune-ups on your bike regularly.
It's true.
ABC, I love it. So let's see. Where do we want to go here? I want to talk about kind of the re-emergence, if you will, of the big bike expo sale coming to Wisconsin State Fair Park next weekend. It's been how many years?
5 years.
Kind of sunsetted it.
Yeah, COVID
Okay.
definitely put a pause to our sale. So we were ready in April, but it was March 2020 where the world kind of shut down.
Yeah.
But then it was so interesting because, a lot of things shut down, but people found bikes again. And it was this beautiful moment where it was like, can't do much, you remember they even closed the parks, but you could ride on the roads. They would close down some of the roads, even here in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And it was for pedestrians and bikes only. And I think people really rediscovered their love for cycling.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where you get instantly better at it. It's one of those you ride 10 miles and then you're like, oh, that was hard. And then you ride 12 miles, 15 miles, 20 miles.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a while and we're so excited to be back.
And I'm sure as many of the fans remember your dad shining down upon us, but he always had those really creative Sunday comics ads in the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel that showcase the expo as well as biking. And it made it like this event, it's more than just selling bikes. It's about experiencing kind of what's next in seasonality in Wisconsin, something that we just all embrace. So what can people expect that's new this year at the expo?
Well, look.
Obviously, it's back.
It's
Right.
back. And bikes are fun, okay? And so what we sell is experience, and we sell how to have more fun in your life. You incorporate a bike into your life, and I guarantee this summer is going to be more fun. If it's just you for training for something, if you all of a sudden get your kids on bikes and you guys can have these core memories as families riding together. There's so many reasons and ways to ride a bike. And what Bike Expo does is it showcases in one place all of the different ways you can ride, all the different types of bikes that we have. We have over 50 different exhibitors, so everything from bike organizations to advocacy to rides that you can sign up for. But it's literally where all the bike people are is in one room for one weekend only.
And if I have a couple older bikes, is there some trade-in options and I can maybe wheel and deal a little bit, so to speak? Is that an option?
100%.
All
So,
right.
if you've got a bike in your garage and it never fit you properly or it was a hand-me-down from your uncle, we actually use something called Bicycle Blue Book. So it's like Kelly Blue Book for cars, but for bikes.
Oh, interesting.
You can trade in your bike for store credit, and then you can use the credit from your old bike to help you buy a new one.
Okay. Wow, that's great. I
We
no
make it
idea that
easy for
existed.
you.
That's right. You're going to give me the price and then we're going to find a way to get me into a new model.
Dude, and bikes have come so far in the last
Yeah.
10 years. They're so much lighter. They're so much easier to shift. Like, they are so much more comfortable.
Are you seeing a lot of upgrades to e-bikes?
Oh, yeah.
Or just a lot of curiosity in that space?
You know, look, electric bikes are changing the game. So if you thought maybe bikes weren't for you because you hate like things like headwinds or hills, electric bikes erase all of those things. And they make it so easy to ride. So a lot of the bikes that we sell are like pedal assist, Jeff. So you still are pedaling to engage the motor. It's not like a motorcycle that moves underneath you. You got to do the work, but you get to adjust the level of assistance. So when that big hill is coming, guess what? It just helps you go up. But then on the downhill, you can still cruise and you use all your own leg power. And they've done tons of studies on this, but literally people are riding more often and longer distances. So we've got some like OG original people that are like, no e-bikes.
Right,
and you're
right.
like, you're going to be mad at people for riding more? Like, come on.
I mean, very similar to the auto space. Hybrids, right? You're hybrid. You're pedaling half the time. You're using the motor half the time. That's great. That's how it should be.
Dude.
Looking ahead quickly, what do you see for Wheel and Sprocket's future? I mean, you're constantly innovating and kind of shaping the culture of cycling.
Yeah, you know, it's exciting stuff. You know, I would say like 10 years ago, people were like, oh, retail's dead. But there's just something, you guys, like to be able to interact with a human being and get your questions answered, to be able to see a bunch of product, feel a bunch of product, and really get connected to a community. Like, we sell bikes, but we sell community.
That's what it's all about. Amelia Kagel, Wheel and Sprocket, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 10:30. ABC News and local headlines are next.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. President Trump says on social media he had a productive call with Vietnam's president about a potential trade deal. Vietnam's home to manufacturing hubs for many U.S. companies like Apple and Nike. The president slapped Vietnam with 46% tariffs. Secretary of State Marco Rubio defended the tariffs in Brussels.
The president rightly has concluded that the current status of global trade is bad for America and good for a bunch of other people, and he's going to reset it, and he's absolutely right to do it.
But Wall Street may not agree. Major markets on pace for their worst week in several years. The Dow, S&P, and the NASDAQ all down by more than 3%. Congressional Democrats want answers about the president's decision to fire the director of the National Security Agency and his top civilian deputy Thursday. Authorities in Franklin County, Kentucky say a boy died after being swept away by floodwaters en route to a bus stop. Almost all of Kentucky's under some kind of flash flood watch. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:31. I'm Connie Weber. A new Chief Justice for the Wisconsin Supreme Court, just days after Dane County Judge Susan Crawford won a seat on the court. Soon-to-retire Justice Ann Walsh Bradley has been elected to serve as Chief Justice. She'll serve in the role from May 1st through June 30th, after which Justice Jill Karofsky will take over. Court votes to appoint a new Chief Justice every 2 years. Justice Annette Ziegler is the current chief. Her second two-year term ends April 30th. Wisconsin teen accused of raping and killing a 10-year-old 3 years ago wants to move his trial outside Chippewa County. Now 17-year-old Carson Petersberger faces homicide and sexual assault charges in the death of Lily Peters. Petersberger lawyers seeking a venue change because of public attention surrounding the case. A motion hearing scheduled for June 9th. A Shawano man arrested in Appleton for lewd behavior. 37-year-old Jonathan Lupe charged with disorderly conduct, lewd and lascivious behavior, criminal trespass, resisting arrest, and bail jumping. Police say he attempted to enter multiple apartments while exposing himself before forcing his way into an unlocked apartment and jumping off a second-floor balcony early Thursday morning. He was treated at a hospital for a foot injury from the fall and is now in jail. Time for some news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow is down 1,351 points, 39,194. The NASDAQ is down 644 at 15,905. The S&P 500 is down 214 at 5,181. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Taking a look at the roads now with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. Still a disabled vehicle that is blocking some lanes. I-794 west at the ramp from Jackson Street. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Increasing cloudiness today with showers later on today into the overnight hours. 45 lakeside, 51 inland for the high. Tonight, overnight low 38. Showers early tomorrow morning, then partly cloudy and 51. Cloudy on Sunday, a high 47. Scattered snow showers possible on Monday. Breezy, cool, high of only 38. And then mostly sunny, still cool on Tuesday with a high of 41. 43 in Madison, 44 in Green Bay, and 42 in Milwaukee. I'm Connie Weber. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:34.
Stop in and stock up at Fleet Farm's Truckload Super Sale this Thursday through Sunday. Get bags of KT Basic Blend bird food for just $13.99 a bag. Edge heavy-duty storage totes on sale for $7.49. Miracle Grow garden soil is 4 for $11 or $2.75 a bag. And Trophy Rock mineral blocks are on sale for $8.99 a piece. We bought big so you can spend less at Fleet Farm's Truckload Super Sale, April 3rd through the 6th.
Are you sick of not being your bank's top priority? We are too. At Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. We're proud to be your one true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. That's right in your backyard. Whether you're opening your first account, buying a home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have tailored solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank at Wintrust.com. Wintrust, different approach, better results. Banking products provided by Wintrust Financial Corp Banks, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
A Friday Lent fish fry is a family tradition. WTMJ's John Mercure here. Take your family to the amazing Mine Chef restaurant in Hartford today for their all-you-can-eat Lenten fish fry, just $7.99. You don't need to pay $16 or more. Your Mine Chef fish fry is $7.99. It's all you can eat, and it's delicious. Relax with a sweet old-fashioned, a glass of wine, and ice-cold beer. And there's a kids menu that starts at $3.99. Those kids can safely play in the world-class game room quietly set aside from the dining area while you finish up. Wherever you live, it's worth a drive to the Mine Chef today for your Friday all-you-can-eat Lent fish fry, just $7.99. Wow. Desserts are buy one, get one free. The Mine Shaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and in Oshkosh, just off the interstate. Lots of seating and close parking. And the Sunday brunch is all you can eat. It's a feast. It's under $15. Make a quick call and reserve your $7.99 fish fry. MineShaftRestaurant.com.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, commerce and community. That's what we do on the Upswing. So you look at the market forces a bit in retail, especially in food and beauty and fashion. It's really going towards education and trending towards clean. And I've always maintained that from a consumer standpoint, when you're out buying, you want to connect with purpose. And yeah, all the features and the stuff with things matter, but you got to be really clear and clean, because I think that creates loyalty. And there's a company that's founded and headquartered right here in Milwaukee, operated on the coasts as well, that's playing in the clean fashion and women's health space. Mike Drescher is the founder of the Vibrant Body Company. Mike's taking time out of his day to join us in studio. Mike, I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Jeff, and I love being here.
All right. So you're a bit of a, how do I put it? Maybe a bit of a unlikely messenger for women's health, maybe?
Well said.
I saw your TED Talk, and like I think many that have seen TED Talks, you talked a lot about your personal experience with breast cancer. How has that personal connection kind of led to the creation and evolution of Vibrant Body Company?
Right. Well, thank you. And yeah, unfortunately, we all have had that experience on some level. I always say by the time you're 20, you certainly know somebody. By the time you're in your 30s or 40s, it's someone close to you, and by usually in your 50s, you've known someone at a young age that is no longer with us. So same here. And you know what happened to me, Jeff, is that watching all of that and then understanding that two basic things. We're getting better about what we put in our bodies, but we forget about what we put on our bodies, and that our skin is our most largest unprotected organ. And in the case of a woman's bra, you not only have these horrible chemicals, formaldehyde, PFAS, on two of the most vulnerable areas of a woman, and all you need is heat and moisture to transdermal absorb or accelerate that absorption. And if it's on you, it's in you. That's why there's a nicotine patch and a birth control and so on and so forth. Then you throw in restriction of that bra, which was all created by men. Coco Chanel freed women 90 years ago. Hollywood brought it back in the 40s. Companies like Victoria's Secret have run with it, and that's kind of a double whammy of bad.
Yeah. So you have a wire-free bra product. You have a Sweat Smart fitness gear product.
Right.
A lot of better than you first layer products out there in that space. How's Vibrant kind of creating that point of difference with your products?
Well, it's interesting that you bring that up. We believe that even that unlikely messenger, the unlikely messenger gets to tell, gets to maybe decide who tells the truth, because there's a term called greenwashing, and it's kind of like natural in food. And so we've gone the extra mile that many don't to get the certifications like the OEKO, which is the highest European. See, in Europe, they've banned 2,300 chemicals. You can't touch the skin. We've banned less than 40 here. So we have that. We also have a utility patent, which is quite valuable because it replaces the need for a wire, yet it gives a woman everything that she thought she needed that wire for. So those have been good hits for us.
Okay. So we are talking with Mike Drescher, the founder of Vibrant Body Company. Mike, when we come back, I want to get your thoughts on kind of the next evolution in the clean beauty space. I think it's becoming, and I want to get your take on this, but is it more accessible, maybe a bit more expensive, but also more front-facing, because mainly kind of the Make America Healthy Again initiative.
Sure.
From RFK, I think a lot of what he's talking about is going to push these spaces forward and kind of maybe force companies to be better.
Absolutely.
This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guests, Accurate Basement Repair and Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
Founded by inventors, fueled by community, and focused on business. This is WTMJ's Jeff Sherman speaking on behalf of my good friends at Horicon Bank. Horicon Bank, they've been doing banking differently since 1896. How? Your financing requests, they can be approved in days, not weeks, because your banker understands you and your business. Service and products go hand in hand, providing top-notch products to meet your cash flow needs. Horicon Bank, they get the job done. Together, doing good, that's their vision, and they're committed to doing what it takes to help your business grow. Horicon Bank, truly the natural choice. Member FDIC.
April 6th at Tropical Smoothie Cafe, reward members get $5 off an acai bowl or an acai bowl with Nutella. Log into the app on April 6th to redeem your rewards. Terms and conditions apply.
You can't beat Berghardt. Sports lovers love us.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Excel Custom Decks. I'm the football guy, definitely not the outdoor home projects guy. So when it comes to things like deck building, Excel Custom Decks is the true go-to expert. Family owned and operated, Excel Custom Decks uses the finest materials and products and combines that with superior craftsmanship. If you want your outdoor area to shine this summer, contact Excel Custom Decks now. Whatever you dream up for that perfect deck, pergola, or outdoor kitchen, Rob and his family can build it. Excel Custom Decks, decking excellence by design. Visit excelcustomdecks.com today.
So one of the things that we underestimated in the furniture industry is decorating around our furniture in our showrooms.
Ben and Arvid Huth, brothers and owners of Penny Mustard Furnishings.
Not anymore. We get it now, but
in the beginning, our furniture was really good quality. It's really all about quality.
It was beautiful furniture, but we didn't decorate it to really bring the life of that furniture out.
Our accessorizing was terrible.
Well, we were just too cheap to spend money on that, and
we didn't know what to spend it on when we did.
And we didn't see it, But today, you walk into our rooms, and they're, wow, beautiful.
Not because of us. That's because of Emily and her team and other team members we've had throughout the years that have that are good at
showing us the light, showing us how important that is. But I'm proud now to go in our showrooms and see, where we were and where we are now as far as making them look really good.
Because that's important.
Yeah.
See more at pennymustard.com.
I still can't decorate.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we believe in making the most of what you love, making sure your money is as well spent as your time. So as you start your spring projects, we have the value you need to make them your own. Right now, Rewards members get a free $10 gift card with an $80 estate fertilizer purchase, 10% off our entire assortment of quality sump pumps, and save 20% on all Gardner Bender electrical tools and supplies. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Being original.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. I'm joined by the founder of Vibrant Body Company, Mike Drescher. So, Mike, as you look at the clean beauty, clean fashion space now, my gut tells me that we're going to see more regulation and more transparency in terms of the ingredients that we're all putting on our body. Is that what sense you're getting?
You know, Jeff, we went from clean water back 20 years ago with Evian Perrier to clean food with Whole Foods and Sprouts, all the rest. And then clean beauty has really been a rocket. We work with the breast cancer prevention partners that really created the campaign for Safe Cosmetics.
Mm-hmm.
And Simon Mannering, a 2-time New York Times bestseller on purposeful brands, said it's almost counterintuitive that the clean movement has skipped the 2 most vulnerable, porous areas of the feminine form. So we have a saying, she doesn't know what she doesn't know, but when she does, she can't unknow it. And if it's on you, it's in you. So yes, we're working hard towards legislation.
Yeah, that's good. We have a 13-year-old daughter, and she has years ahead of her of wearing leggings and undergarments. And as parents, like, how do we do that education piece and make sure that we're buying right? Because there's a lot of outlets out there that make it really quick to buy now and to buy for really cheap.
And I'm not pointing fingers, but it's fact. Lululemon was protested at the Paris Olympics by a watchdog group out of New York called Remake, saying Lululemon dressing their athletes in oil. And it's true. The petro products in most that are completely legal here, so they're not doing anything illegal. In a recent movie, Let Them Be Naked, they test the Victoria's Secret bra at Hohenstein, who issues us our license out of Germany. It tested 4 times the toxic levels that they consider safe.
Well, I mean, that talks to your point, the importance of regulation and transparency in ingredients, not only in our food, but in our clothing. I mean, it's got to happen. We got to know what we're putting on and in our bodies.
Absolutely.
All right, I want to talk a little bit more about you, Mike Drescher, if that's okay. Last year, I saw a show called The Mike Show at the Marcus Center. It was wonderful. Tell us about that show and what your future plans are. A one-man show about your career and life. You're a Milwaukee native.
Yeah, it's I call it a spiritual comedy, and had a lot of help. 10 Chimneys. I would be remiss without their support. It's I was able to put that back up in L.A. in August, and we had some of the streaming networks in, and we've been working on it in New York over the last month. But I call it a spiritual comedy. It's like, it used to be called 18 Arrests, No Convictions.
Okay.
But in the end, I have one conviction, and that is that we're all connected. So thank you.
That is good. Yeah, all connected through community and commerce. And
Absolutely.
I've always admired that about you, and that's a wonderful thing. Finally, what inspires you to do what you do each and every day, Mike?
Well, Jeff, I honestly, people like yourself, people that, kindness is so it's such an easy word to say, and we all, it's hard to be that every day. But I think the Dalai Lama was right when he said, we're just here to take care of each other and go home. We're not here very long, and people try to make a big deal out, and they want their name on a building, and they want this and want that, and it's really just taking care of each other. So people that offer service from the smallest to the largest, and I'm humbly try to do that.
And you can make a product that's better for you and a little bit about greater good. That helps you along the way as well.
Yeah, and it's hard. About 40% of women's bottoms underwear, and you can buy these at Nordstrom's, not just a discount, have warning labels because they're flammable. Scotchgard, the ingredients of Scotchgard that's there to give women the illusion they clean, is disallowed in every other civilized country. It's absolutely horrible.
I really think that the future of food and the future of fashion is clean. It's going to take a while to get there.
Absolutely.
But we all need to stay on that train because it is so incredibly important.
One shot of tequila is fun. 25 will kill you.
Yes,
okay,
indeed.
so you got to be careful.
Mike Drescher, the founder of Vibrant Body Company. Mike, I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Jeff.
Coming up next, it's Friday. We got a fish fry price check. This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ.
When we're out in your town, come say hi as we broadcast live from the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studio.
Anytime you hear us when we're on the road, you can find us live from our brand new mobile studio.
Whether it be Summerfest, EAA, Opening Day, Air and Water Show, wherever we may be.
You can see us on the radio, live from the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studio.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
News Radio 620 WTMJ.
My name is Emma. I'm 25 years old, and I work at the Wisconsin Athletic Club. And I just love what I do here because I feel like I helped a lot of people. I hope that other kids can have a goal that they can move out and live independently too. I've had all these opportunities because somebody said yes to me.
Live life to the fullest with Thinkability Wisconsin, a resource hub that supports people with disabilities throughout their lives. Connect with a real-time navigator at thinkabilitywi.org today.
Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic. Get your aches and pains under control. But not only that, regular care with Connect Chiro can bring back your energy. A lot of folks start with headaches, back pain, and shoulder pain. How quickly you see results varies from person to person, but time and repetition are the key to staying on track. No twisting, no cracking, no popping. Connect Chiro docs use a special tool for all your adjustments, targeted results, and a gentler experience. Check out the new location in Oak Creek or get started at goconnectchiro.com.
Get your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval to buy at accunet.com.
Pain, tingling, burning in your hand and wrist, wakes you up at night, makes life difficult. Working with your hands is nearly impossible. If that sounds like you may suffer with carpal tunnel syndrome. The problem is Medicare pays for the old open surgery done in a hospital or surgery center, and it's no walk in the park. Big incision, 6-week recovery. I mean, imagine your hands being bandaged up, unable to use it for 6 weeks. So if you want to, you can have that old open surgery the government says to get, or you have another option, an ultra minimally invasive procedure done in the office that can give you immediate relief in 15 minutes and you are back to your life in just one day. The Ovation Technique, only at Ovation Hand Institute. You've suffered long enough. You don't have to put the fix off anymore. Visit ovationhand.com and see the difference with your own eyes. ovationhand.com.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzek. Have you been to the Hounds and Tap yet? In Menominee Falls, this state-of-the-art facility and the ultimate hangout for hounds and humans. Grab a drink at the indoor-outdoor tavern, let your dogs hang out. You can even book professional grooming services, from pedicures to full spa treatments. Every day is a play day at the Hounds and Tap. Hang out with your dog and others, or drop your dog off for doggy daycare or doggy boarding services. Check out thehoundsandtap.com. That's thehoundsandtap.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. So last weekend we were at Costco, as you do every weekend, I think. But it was really interesting to see. I really got the sense that people are stocking up a little bit more. And I saw this on the Wall Street Journal site this morning. That it's true. It looks like U.S. consumers are stocking up on imported goods more than ever. I mean, sensing that the trade war and tariffs are here. The TVs, and like the imported soy sauces and hot sauces, you get those huge like hot sauces at Costco, which are amazing. But then gear, and interesting, our last conversation, gear like brands like Lululemon on their site, they are exploding because people are kind of like, whoa, the prices are going to increase due to kind of the offshore manufacturing. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens in terms of the stockpiling, manufacturing, and just how we continue to shop and grow. Tonight, it's fish fry time. We like to do a little fish fry index, especially during Lent. I'm going to go out of my way a little bit tonight. Go to Franklin, the Polish center of Wisconsin. Have you been there? It's an amazing place right there on 68th Street. Beautiful, tree-lined Franklin. They have a 3-piece, hand-breaded, baked or fried fish fry. Comes with French fries, coleslaw, marble rye, tartar sauce. And here's the kicker. If you're going to go to the Polish Center, you get the pergola, right? Those potato and cheese this week. Next week, it's mushroom and kraut. So you get fish fry and like those Polish dough goodness all together as one. You get that nowhere else. If you go through the drive-thru, as you easily can at the Polish Center, you can only get the fried, not the baked. I did a little price check, including those wonderful dumplings. The price check for the fish fry this year at the Polish Center of Wisconsin, $18. So not too bad. $18 for your fish fry at the Polish Center of Wisconsin, baked or fried. Finally, nothing constant but change in the world of community and business. We're going to transition the Upswing to a weekly format. Super excited about this, launching a true podcast version of the show. Producer Jaslyn and I got some big things coming for Upswing 2.0. Going to allow us to focus on a bit deeper storytelling, more impactful conversations, and really find maybe even a broader reach for the show. We're adding a bunch of new things, too, so you can find us on the weekends and in your podcast feeds. My guiding mantra has always been greater good, and you do good, you do well. I gotta say, like, we always focus on community and commerce on the Upswing. I firmly believe a city is only as good as the stories it tells and shares. So we're going to continue to amplify the good. We're going to be optimistic, but continue to be pragmatic, right? And we're going to celebrate legacy like we did with Wheel and Sprocket, but we're going to drive the future always, especially here in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. However you plug into your community, always keep it on the Upswing. That is the only way to be. Wisconsin's midday news and business headlines are coming up next.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Milwaukee area investor Zeon Partners Capital Investments acquires the commercial floors of the PH Dye House building in Milwaukee's 3rd Ward. The Wauwatosa-based firm paid $13 million to Singerman Real Estate of Chicago, which bought the space in 2018. Wisconsin-based Culver's plans to open 55 new locations nationwide in 2025, with Florida leading the way for the most new operations.